Elon Musk is the worst fucking human being alive on planet Earth. He is personally fucking up your life, and you are not doing nearly enough about it. What could you be doing? Just remind him that he should fucking kill himself every day. Put a mind curse on this man. Direct all your negative energy. Whatever you're angry at in your life, the only reason you're so angry is because of this dude, making your life worse. He is amplifying all of your stress. Everything that you're stressed about, he's tied to it. Why? Because he has put himself in everything. He decided that he wants to be involved in everything. And you can tell that because of how much fucking money he's got. Because having that much money requires you to be involved in everything. The only reason Donald Trump was able to become president again is because the most money ever spent on a campaign by far was spent on his campaign. Who spent all that money? Elon Musk and all the billionaires that he convinced, hey, if we all get this guy into office, he's going to let us run the country like our businesses. He's going to let us make the most sociopathic decisions we can possibly imagine all the time because we're just going to treat it like raw business. That's not what a government is. That's not what a government's for. But they figured out that they could go ahead and do that. This man is the most full of shit that any human being has ever been. He saw the power of being full of shit as presented by Trump and said, I can do that. I can do that even more. I'm definitely more full of shit than that guy. This latest Charisma on Command video goes really in depth into a recent controversy in which Elon Musk pretended to be really good at Path of Exile 2. And it's such an oddly specific thing to pretend to be good at, right? Because who cares about that game other than Elon Musk's core fan base of like tech nerd autistic people, right? Which he's not. He is not those things. He is grifting off of that identity. He does not act like any other autistic person ever. He just takes a really long time to answer questions, but he only ever says things that someone he knows is smart has said already. Elon Musk has never presented an original idea to the world. He's never come out and said something that nobody else had said before. What he's done is memorized lots of smart things that lots of other people have said, and then when people ask him questions, he sits there, thinks for like 7 fucking hours, and then comes up with whatever quote he's heard that answers that question that makes him sound like the smart guy who knows all the stuff and therefore can run all the things, even though he only knows those quotations. He doesn't know how anybody came to those conclusions. He just knows the conclusions. He can't actually make any decisions because he doesn't know the context of his own knowledge. He just knows things that sound good to say. Because if you know lots of things that sound good to say, people put lots of trust in you. Trust equals money in this economy. Trust and money might as well be the same word in this economy. And in business circles, oftentimes the person who is the least literally trustworthy is the person who the most trust is put in, because again, they're going to make the most cutthroat, most sociopathic decision. They're going to come up with the thing that you wouldn't dare to come up with because you couldn't sleep at night after making that decision. You need the most ruthless, most heinous, most full of shit person. Donald Trump is flagrantly full of shit. People know he's full of shit. He goes out of his way to be full of shit. That's where his power comes from. And people who don't get it, like they don't see that he's doing that on purpose, they're constantly falling for it. They're like, he's full of shit. And it's like, yeah, that's what he's doing. He's trying to be so full of shit that it outs everybody else for being full of shit because he's constantly calling people's bluffs. And sometimes he calls a bluff and it's not a bluff and then he gets put in his place. Actually, that kind of happens all the time, which is why people think, oh, he's full of shit. See, he lost again. And it's like, yeah, but that's what he's there to do. He's there to constantly push on boundaries. Elon Musk is at a way different level because he doesn't care about being loved by politics. He cares about being loved by futurists. He cares about being loved by tech people because that's who he respects and thinks is intelligent. He wants autistic people to think he is their god, but he's not even autistic. I think he's lying about his childhood abuse. I think he's lying about everything. Frankly, I don't think there's anything you could trust this man that he's saying, because every single thing he says is in a context to empower him to do more of what he wants. It's always to make him seem like he's more alien, more different. There's just something about him that nobody else could compare to. Well, guess what? There's hundreds of millions of very brilliant people out there. Hundreds of millions of people with higher IQs than Elon Musk. People with more autism than Elon Musk. People with more understanding of tech than Elon Musk. You know what there's not? Someone who's memorized more bullshit than Elon Musk. That's the only way you get to that level of power, is being the king of bullshit. So every time you believe anything he says, you're just empowering his ability to be the greatest bullshit artist alive. Better than Kanye West, better than Donald Trump, better than Jay-Z. This guy is the master of bullshit right now. And his bullshit trickles down. It becomes your bullshit. Elon Musk has functionally deactivated the U.S. government. And that makes some people happy. But the government should be doing good work for the people. I know that a lot of us don't believe it even can. I think that there are parts of the government that are doing good work for the people, and it would be nice if they weren't being disrupted by someone who's literally just wasting time and money doing fucking nothing. Just being... It's entirely self-serving. His whole existence is to make himself the most rich, powerful man he can so that he can pour as much money into elongating his own life as possible by whatever means he thinks that's possible, which he just asks smart people, and smart people give them their agenda, and then he goes, all right, I'll push your agenda, and they go, he, that means I get invited on the rocket to Mars. You're not getting on the fucking rocket to Mars. Nobody's getting on that rocket but Elon Musk, and that rocket's gonna blow up because nobody knows how to fucking make it to Mars, and we're not figuring that out in his stupid lifetime. You can't just throw money at a problem and then it gets solved. We don't know how long it would take to solve the problem until the problem is solved. It is functionally infinite until you actually know the solution. Elon Musk wants you to believe in a timetable that is convenient to getting him lots of money right now for the purpose of whatever he wants to do with that money right now. And then he just keeps doing that. But these things don't work. The ventures aren't profitable. I'm not saying nothing he's done with his bullshit has been worthwhile, but again, it's not his ideas. It's smart people coming to him, and every once in a while, he puts his name on something that is worthwhile, but he had nothing to do with making it worthwhile. He just put his name on it so he could grift off of it because he saw a good thing and said, oh shit, alright, but like, that could have been anybody. There's nothing special about him other than that he is the best at being full of shit. He's the most full of shit guy. That is the least admirable trait of a person. Like, if there's any one human that every other human should look at and say, that is the biggest threat to me that exists, it should be most full of shit human alive. Like, you should look at that person and think, we have to get rid of that person now. Like, that person's got to be gone. Every second that person exists is making the rest of us worse. That person is just harming humanity with their continued existence constantly. It's crazy that that's not the way we're talking about Elon Musk. Crazy. Unrealistic. Unrealistic not to talk about him that way. And considering that America exists entirely to be realistic in our speech, let's be realistic and say what's truthful. Elon Musk needs to leave America. He needs to be out of American politics. He needs to be out of the planet Earth, but that's not for me. That's for God to decide, how that... I can't give any advice on how to transpire the exile of Elon Musk from existence, because frankly, free speech actually only goes so far in America, but I've said my truth. Fuck Elon Musk. If you follow me on X, I only use it to send insults and threats, but funny threats to Elon Musk. I use Blue Sky because it's good and all the cool artists are on there. So there's really no reason to be on X. It's just like a shithole. It runs like ass. Blue Sky is like what Twitter used to be. So it's really nice. It's like a great place. And X is just this shithole. So, if you want to know why I'm really mad at Elon Musk, as somebody who's had a Twitter account longer than he has, get this man off of my fucking website.